Zack Snyder co-wrote, co-produced, director of photography, and director of this movie. You can't get a more Zack Snyder movie than this.
Welcome back to AsArt with Nick, John, and Chris. Check out Public Diversion, Chris's show on YouTube, and check out AsArt.space for the audio and video links for the type of content we have on here. We have audio podcasts and everything else, so check that out. So Army of the Dead, Nick and I had already talked about kind of theories, crazy funk stuff like that. Nick and his alien theories running rampant again. Fun stuff. Check that out. We're going to cover a little bit of that in here, but we're excited to get all the different theories out there and all the ideas.
All right, Jacob O, thank you for commenting. Did you catch the one zombie that had the robot face as it was running out of the casino?
I did. I caught it.
I caught it?
I did. I actually caught. I caught a few things that actually made me think that the zombies were actually part robots, even though I didn't see any electronics or anything. But I caught that one. There was another one that I caught with blue eyes glaring right before he was killed, and then another one that's when they shot him in the head, his face also was kind of robotic, but I didn't see any elements in his head to make me feel that way. So I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. I thought that they were
so
going
much for
somewhere
commenting.
with it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't do
robot
anything.
aliens. No, I'm just kidding.
I wish. I wish. I wish.
Thank you,
Like,
Jacob,
I didn't see
so
this
much
stuff
for
at all.
commenting.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Thank you for commenting. We love seeing comments on there. And that's actually really unique because I didn't see that, but Chris saw that, and John did not see it, right?
No.
No, because
Yeah,
John
not
would
at
have
all.
shoved it in my face in the other video. He's like, well, Nick, there's robots.
If you would have paid attention to the 3.14159 pi.
All right, guys. Now we're going to jump into it. We'll talk about the acting. We'll talk about effects and SFX and just other fun, cool things that we missed out on. And this movie had a $90 million budget, which is actually pretty low, but on the higher end for a Netflix budget. I think Bright, the
animated movie?
No, Bright, the movie with Will Smith, and it's like it's like a futuristic like fairy tale land and stuff like that. It takes place in modern day. That was the same budget as this. And this blew that one out of the water, like everything wise. I mean, maybe the whole budget went to having Will Smith as your leading man.
True.
There was no big leading men in or
this one. Dave Bautista, they're not paying him a lot. No.
Yeah, but
and I think like location wise, it's pretty easy because exterior wise, you got the desert scene, and then not even like the real strip. It's all CG, and then everything else is just interior.
Yeah,
like a hallway. Different hallways, different corridors, a kitchen, and a bunch of dark space. Like,
so you save on some areas.
For sure.
But the effects though were incredible.
Yeah,
like the makeups, the prosthetics were top notch.
Mm-hmm.
The blood was awesome.
Yeah,
the effects. Sorry, excuse me. The blood was awesome when it comes to the fake real blood.
Yeah, and
like the visual effects blood, it was incredible. I thought it was so perfect with the goriness.
I liked it when the tiger like ripped the guy's face, and then you saw like the contusions within his face. Like I was like, oh, that is badass. And how the tiger was manhandling him. Like I don't know how you guys would know more of that than me. I just thought it was
we're
interesting.
Tiger experts.
Well, no, because he did, the tiger at one point the tiger looked like he kind of like pawed him. Like it was like part grab and then part throw. And I was like, oh man, that's interesting. And then the dude, I thought it was so funny because the dude after he's being shredded, he like kicks him. He throws a kick after he's like already dead. I was like,
freaking tigers. How cool is that? A zombie tiger. You don't get that every day.
No, that was cool.
And a zombie horse, which he was riding, which I thought was
spoilers.
Just in case, guys, we should have mentioned this earlier. Spoilers. There was zombie horses and zombie tigers.
Yeah.
I didn't see any zombie dogs. You'd think there would be at least one dog in Vegas at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be so cool for like a little chihuahua, like zombie dog. Okay. Back to the good stuff. Dave Bautista, his first major leading role, carrying the emotion of the story. What did you guys think?
John, do you want to go before I
he
say
rips
my
him to shreds? John is a muscle man. He loves Arnold. He loves wrestlers, The Rock, you name it. He's a big fan of the muscle man.
Big fan of the muscle man. Wow. You know what? I think for Arnold, it's partially the accent that I think cracks him.
Arnold's just so much
Bautista,
fun. He's a comedian. He's a comedian.
Yeah, they've got to the pump the iron. You know, like Dave Bautista, he has a cool voice. I think that works in certain roles. And
cool
I had mentioned, I think my favorite role of his is a smaller role, but it's a Blade Runner 2049. He has this whole scene at the beginning. And he gives you a lot of foundation for the story. You don't know what he's talking about at the time, but that's a more serious role for him. It's a smaller one, but maybe it's just because I'm a big fan of that movie too. But I feel like he was really good in that. Whereas Guardians of the Galaxy, I think everybody likes him, so that's a pretty universal one.
Yeah,
for
how
the
can you
most
not
part.
like Drax? Drax, the Destroyer. He can't understand a basic.
And
what was it? He can't understand. He can't understand
emotion,
sarcasm,
or sarcasm. Yeah,
sarcasm. Thank you.
I'm moving so slow. I've become invisible. Yeah, no, we can see you moving.
That's really good writing too. That benefits.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, this wasn't my favorite role of his, but it worked
Rip
fine.
Dave Bautista, a new one. By the way, he's going out to fight Dave.
No, not at all. I'm not trying to fight. Not trying to fight at all. But my thing with, I mean, I'm happy he finally got his day. You know, I'm happy he got his day.
He was super stoked with the role too and everything.
And like I like him as a person. Like his values. He also loves. You know, he loves like he loves James Gunn for giving him the opportunity he mentioned, and like so he's very a humble guy, so I like him as a person. But having a lead role, like it's great that he had something that was more satirical in nature, because like any serious parts that he had, I did not like it at all. I didn't feel like it carried any emotional weight towards it. When we were talking previously, we mentioned how like one scene specific, just to go into one, is when he has to stab his wife and
spoilers.
Kill. Yes, spoilers. He there's two scenes where he does like this crying, yelling thing. One at the end, and then one there where he kills his wife, and like it's like emotionless tears. It's like somebody, if you just put onions around me or put some eye drops in me and then tell me to yell, that's how I felt like it was. It's just a guy yelling because he's supposed to yell, but there's no emotion to it. There was no depth to it. And that's what I feel he was lacking there for the serious parts, because there has to be, like in the actor's realm, like one thing we always talk about is it's not about the tears. It's not about the tears that bring the emotion. It's about the struggle and the fight within that makes other people feel what you're feeling and cry how you're feeling. So like with him, there was no fight. There was no internal struggle to me there that caused it to be good acting. So to me, I was not a fan of it.
Though. Yeah. George Lucas is bad with actors, right? And that's what they blame the prequels on with the acting, right? Because he was just like, I don't care, just read the lines. I don't know how Zack Snyder is with actors and how well he gets into like what they're saying and stuff like that. But maybe because he's not professional, maybe like someone like James Gunn was able to get him to be the character that he envisioned for it too. So maybe it had to do a little bit with his guidance, because he's not a Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
He's not like a trained Jack Nicholson, what I mean? Like he's a wrestler that's taking up acting now. So maybe it was like, maybe he's just like, you're stabbing your wife in the head. React, and he was like,
that's what I mean. Like, what are you gonna do with that?
Like, what if he was like, you guys just had your anniversary, or what, or like you get like into the character's head or whatever. You create a backstory for the actor to act upon.
I was just picturing in my mind, how like when someone asks you a question, you're supposed to reiterate it back to him. It's like, all right, you're stabbing your wife in the head. He's like, oh, I'm stabbing my wife in the head. I was just picturing. I don't know why. Sorry,
but I mentioned how there's two people in this film who kind of have similar ones. It was Dave Bautista, and then also the Zombie King did. When his dead fetus, when he had to pick up his dead fetus, or like when he put his ear to the tummy, and then you see that one cry. Just everything that actor brought to that part, I felt was so much better than what Bautista brought to his, even though he had so much more to work with. So you're saying Dave Bautista was outacted by a zombie, is what you're saying? Yeah, I will say that. And you're also saying that you want to fight Dave Bautista in a professional match. No, I will run. I will run for my life. I will run. I will run faster and weirder than the zombie queen ran away with their arms behind. Oh my god,
it's so much fun. It has to be so much fun acting as a zombie.
Oh yeah.
Like it's. I always think of like the orcs from Lord of the Rings, like the way they move around and they have the prosthetic. Like, I feel like they gave the zombies in this like movie creative like
freedom to just like run however you want, do whatever you want, just go for it.
Yeah.
Like that's the direction you go. However you want to get there, do it. So you had some zombies that were like doing this, and then some like.
And you have robot zombies, apparently, which you missed out on. Thank you, Jacob O, again for commenting, for pointing that out, and Chris for pointing that out too. So, so we kind of already talked about. We didn't talk about the VFX really too much. Were you guys happy with the VFX and the budget? Because it was more than Mortal Kombat. But it was sure more gorier,
for sure,
more better fight sequences than Mortal Kombat. Like even though they're not fighting sequences, but like you're killing zombie action sequences. Were you guys impressed with the VFX for the budget and everything?
Yeah, I mean, when I think of zombie films, I think of all the money that has to go into physical, practical effects, whether it's they need to do face molds of the characters so they can have the skin really conforming to the curvature unless they want it to be different. But usually it's involving that. Those take a lot of time, I think, and effort. And then the blood squirts and everything. That's a good mix of that's a mix of a lot of different things there. And I guess the thing I like is when you think of zombie movies, you think of, or at least I do, I think of B movies like Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, things like that, where it's a more gritty approach to filmmaking. And I like when you can tell that there's some of that in there. There's definitely a lot of high budget stuff in here, like the helicopter and stuff like that, which I
and the tiger
we'll talk about. Yeah, well, the tiger, yeah. So a lot of really cool stuff that's high budget, but I like that mix, that high.
The helicopter's high budget. I don't know.
I mean,
how things
probably.
work. Yeah.
I mean, because you're yeah. I mean, I would think that's a higher budget because that's just like anything where you have to like comp a lot of shots and have to put people on top of and stuff. I just see the price tag going up, John, with the compositing.
Ding, 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 ding,
yeah,
ding,
exactly. But one thing that was cool, I'll let you answer the question about the VFX stuff in a second.
Oh, I mean, I'm not a pro.
The practical head for when it got ripped off. I thought that was so cool. That was a practical robot head. Like there's two people like, let's have her eyes go back. Oh, that's good. That's a good face.
Hey, you know, it's funny that you said that because I actually thought it was like I didn't know that at first. Because when that one actress girl was like taking her by the head and going on the roof, right? I thought that they probably just like she had her in a green suit, and I was like, man, she's doing a lot of facial expressions that are like over the top because it was like that like. Like Disney cheesiness, and I was like, man, her face must hurt.
But it was perfect for what it was supposed to be. Almost like a kind of like
No, I totally agree.
Oh, for sure.
And then one other cool thing about the VFX. So the pilot, the comedian actress that they have for the pilot there, she originally wasn't even casted to be that character.
Really?
They had someone else, and then some allegations and stuff came out about them, which wasn't good at all. So they had to remove him from the film, and she's comped in with all the shots.
There's not any scenes where they're together?
Pre-post. No,
like,
she's acting alone the whole time.
What?
And it's so funny because like I would have not have known that.
Yeah, I didn't.
If I didn't.
It never even crossed my mind. It's just she's part of the cast,
and she's like the best character in the whole film.
No, well, aside from the German dude.
Oh, it's
German.
right.
German dude did. Or if I'm not sure if he has a real accent or not. Is he legitimately?
I don't know,
Swedish
but I know he's also a director, and I think he's directing either the prequel or sequel. I know, John, you're gonna be like prequel and sequel, Nick Pickle. Those are completely different.
Is that girl from anything? Because she did
the pilot.
Yeah, if she had to do that, like she did a great job. Her comedic timing was on point.
It also probably helped that she was wearing glasses the whole time too, sunglasses. Did we even see her eyes at all? I feel like she always had glasses on. But so it's like you don't have to worry where she's looking.
That's a good point, actually.
I don't know. I didn't think about it. You're blowing my brain here. Like
no, I'm not. That's what zombies do. No, that's what they kill zombies.
I like how you said you have to pick one, John, because that's exactly where we froze last time. Pick one. They're very different.
Oh, John, do you have and Chris, do you guys have a favorite zombie death or human death? Like, if you guys had to pick one, like, what was one that, like, would stand out to your mind? Like the best, goriest, or just your favorite way of killing a zombie, or...
I would say probably and I wouldn't say it was very creative, but...
The chainsaw dude? Or the
chainsaw?
Or the guy, who's the guy that, like...
Oh, the black guy, when he was, like, killing people with that? Oh, that was pretty good.
I kind of like the last shot of the head exploding because it revealed
on the floor?
Blue blood. No, at the end, like the last zombie kill and then in the helicopter. Remember when he shoots the gun? And
yes, and you see it split. Yeah. Oh,
the best part about that was it revealed the blue blood, which connects to the alien theory. You guys should check out the alien theory video. It's fantastic. Go ahead, John. Let's hear yours.
There is no alien theory. That's not. No, it's not correct, sir. No, it probably is. Nick showed me the shot. It made me upset.
Do you have a favorite death, John?
You know what?
Was it the tiger mauling scene? Did you guys enjoy that the most?
Okay, that's my
That's
yeah,
your favorite? Okay.
you got it. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
John.
not sure if there's a favorite. The one that I would have liked to have seen, but we didn't get in the film.
Yeah.
Not really death,
The biggest missed opportunity. Go ahead, John.
And we talked about this in the other video that we did as well, where they walk into the area and they go, "Wow, look at all these bodies." She goes, "Yeah, you should see once it rains, they all come back. They like rehydrate and come back to life." And I thought that'd have been cool, just see them all come back and then see all of them die after that. Do they still have blood? Do you still see blood spurting? Or just gonna get dust pooping up because they're all like dehydrated and stuff?
John,
Like that'd have been fun.
You know what that reminds me of? Game of Thrones. Remember the scene where the zombies jump off the cliff and they like splat to the ground and then they like
They come back up, right? That's right. Yeah. They do that at the very end of the season. At the end of
that's like season 5. It's like the last.
Well, they do
episode
that
of season 5.
the long night when they're all killed and they come back. He just raises his hands and they come back up too. I think that does. Yeah.
Did they? No. That was also the same episode. That was the one when they were on the boat and they were leaving the ice fort.
No, I'm talking about season 8. This is not a Game of Thrones show anyway.
Anyways, but I just think like that visual of them like you thought they were dead and they're like coming back to life. You know how creepy it would be, like first just a hand and then the face starts coming back.
That would have been a cool thing. So I thought that would have been a fun fight scene, which obviously a lot of guys would have. I don't have a favorite. I just loved the over-the-top corny blood. I thought that was fun. So whenever you got that, I just started giggling. I started laughing.
It's so much fun, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Tons of fun.
I think it did such a good job being what it was. Like, I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining. It was a Zack Snyder movie. With not as much slow-mo as you would think of Zack Snyder.
Slow-mo?
Yeah, like Zack Snyder's known for slow motion. You know what I mean?
Like 20 minutes of Justice League Snyder Cut.
We
didn't get a lot of that, which was cool. Like we don't always have to. Like we did have moments.
Was there any slow-mo in this?
Yeah, there was moments with slow-mo. Like remember when they were going over the plan the first time, and then he's like, "Wait, do you have to shoot zombies in the head?"
Yes.
Remember, like they're like,
yes.
It's like it was like a breakdown.
Right.
Like you had moments like that. You had like the last shot when the head splits open. Like you did have slow motion,
okay,
but
it was
not
over
like
the top.
Zack Snyder, like 300 slow motion.
No,
where
it
it's
was all over the place. Yeah.
And it speeds up and slows down again, like what he's known for doing. Like you didn't get that, which was kind of fun just to see him experiment with something else.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts you guys want to throw in there?
No, you know what? It's exactly what I was hoping for. Just silly, fun zombie movie. It was even more story than I even was expecting. I could have done with even a little bit less.
The whole like smarter zombie thing is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so much fun to see.
I'm interested to see whether you could kind of know where they're taking it, having been bitten. Now he's going to Mexico City, even more populated, so it's going to happen again.
Yeah,
and
they
brought the idea that it's just recurring. You know, remember they brought in the theory earlier that what if we're just redoing it all over again? And so I thought that was interesting. But I mean, both of you guys said the same thing. This was my junk food. I wanted to have a Friday night just movie where it was just I was enjoying and I don't have to think at all. I did not have to think for 1 second in this film.
Yeah, because zombies.
I don't want to think.
Yeah.
I don't want to think. I don't want to. I just want to be entertained.
You just want to be a zombie and receive the info and just keep eating it because it's like a blood desire. So
and I thought the little clips like towards the beginning were actually better than a lot of the other parts of the movie because it was more zombie-esque. Yes. Like the burlesque girls, like
at the beginning,
like all that kind of stuff, like all that was more zombie. Like fun,
seeing zombie Elvis on the strip, and you know what's funny, because like the intro, there was like a lot of blood and gore. Then it's pretty flat.
It is
until like the end where it ramps it up again when everyone starts dying.
But I like that. You know, movies that pace themselves like that, they'll give you sections of that. And then if you just have it going the entire time, there's no emotional payoff to the stuff. Right. You have to be able to bring them through the highs and lows. And it was a fun, Chris, what Chris said is exactly, you just need some movies to sit down. You're not looking for The Godfather. You're looking for Godfather's Pizza. You just want to have something fun.
I want to be made dumber, actually. Like,
exactly.
Me dumb for a little bit.
Sometimes those movies are the best.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're the best.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Johnny boy, you want to close this out?
All right, guys. So obviously we have some varying opinions and a lot of fun things and a little bit, not negative, but some other things to think about it. Let us know down below what you think about this film. If you've already seen it, What do you think of the visual effects and special effects? We didn't really talk about audio, but there's some fun, like death, blood sounds as well. It'd be fun to hear about. Did you know that the pilot was not really in the original film? I would love to hear if any of you knew that just by looking at the shots without getting information. Let us know down below. Check out Public Diversion, which is Chris's show on YouTube. Check out AsArt.space for the audio and video links, and we will see you on the next AsArt Zombie.